The semantic triangle of meaning is a model that we can use to describe the way that the words that we use when we're speaking to one another actually come to have meaning. And it can be important because pinpointing the relationship between the words that we say and the ideas that we're trying to convey is also a way for us to potentially identify areas where miscommunication can arise. So the semantic triangle of meaning relies on this idea that languages and systems of languages are built on symbols. And by that, I mean the words that we actually use to communicate. Those words are symbols in that the words that we say or write represent something else. So the semantic triangle of meaning is a way for us to identify the ways that the words that we use come to represent certain actual things. So there are three main parts to the semantic triangle of meaning: the symbol, the thought, and the referent. So the symbol is the actual word itself, whether that's in spoken form or in written form. The important thing to understand about the semantic triangle is that a symbol or a word on its own doesn't really have any meaning. It's just a series of sounds or a series of, squiggles. The only way that that symbol actually represents something is through this relationship here. So the symbol is the actual, the word itself, and then that on its own represents what we call the referent. That's the actual real world object or concept that is represented by that symbol. So I might say a word, and on its own, that's just, a sound, a word, but what that word means to you is the referent. Now, the important thing about the semantic triangle of meaning is that a symbol and a referent are only connected through the thought. And so by that, what that means is the only way that you as an audience member are able to assign meaning to words is based off of your prior background experiences and memories. So obviously, the fact that we are able to speak the same language really helps us to be able to pinpoint whatever referent I'm trying to get at with my symbol. However, there can still be differences. So I can say one symbol or one word, and the thing that comes to mind for you, what that referent is going to be a little bit different depending on your own background experiences. So as an example of this, I might have the symbol dog. So that word itself is representing something. And for me, the referent is this cute, cuddly animal right here, because all of my past experiences with dogs have been very positive. I really enjoy these animals. Now, if, say, as a child, you, I don't know, had gotten bitten by a dog and feel very negatively about it, your thoughts might not be cute, cuddly, and friendly, but might be scary, terrifying, and run away from this. And so the referent that comes to mind for you is probably going to be very different. So even for the same symbol or the same word, we might have a slightly different idea that comes to mind. And so the semantic triangle of meaning is a really useful way for us to think about the way that language, even though we might have these strict meanings one way or the other, there's still a lot of room for ambiguity and confusion rather. And so it's really important as a speaker to really think about how best to communicate your message effectively.